In the annals of British history, few tales are as intriguing as that of Edward VI, the boy king who took the throne of England after the death of his formidable father, Henry VIII. Born on October 1537, Edward was the long-awaited son of Henry VIII and his third wife, Jane Seymour. His birth was heralded with joy across the realm, for England had its male heir. Tragically, Jane died just days after Edward's birth, leaving the infant prince without a mother. Edward's childhood was notably different from those of ordinary children. As the heir to the throne, he was raised in the grandeur of the Tudor court, surrounded by scholars and intellectuals. His education was comprehensive, shaped by some of the era's brightest minds, and focused on preparing him to rule a kingdom. Edward was taught in languages, theology, philosophy, and law, with an emphasis on Protestant teachings that would later influence his reign. In January 1547, at just 9 years old, Edward ascended the throne upon the death of his father. The transition to kingship for this young boy was no simple matter. The Tudor dynasty was one of England's most famous, and Henry VIII's reign notably complex, marked by religious upheaval and personal ambitions. Edward's ascension at such a tender age posed significant challenges, not least because he inherited a kingdom rife with tension and turmoil. During Edward's reign, real power rested with a council of regents. The most influential of these was Edward's maternal uncle, Edward Seymour, Duke of Somerset, who was appointed Lord Protector. Somerset was a strong advocate for the continuation of the Protestant Reformation that Henry VIII had tentatively started. Under Somerset's influence, Edward's reign saw significant religious transformation. Churches were stripped of their Catholic elements, the Book of Common Prayer was introduced, and clergy were permitted to marry. All this marked a move towards Protestantism that would significantly shape England's future. Edward was precocious and deeply interested in the affairs of state. He kept detailed diaries, providing modern historians with a unique insight into the mind of this young monarch. His writings reveal a boy who was serious, thoughtful, and committed to his role as king. However, his reign was not without strife. The realm faced financial difficulties, social unrest, and rebellion, including the infamous Kett's Rebellion in 1549, driven by socio-economic despair and religious discontent. By 1549, Somerset's power began to wane due to his controversial policies and failure to address the kingdom's financial woes. He was eventually overthrown by the Earl of Warwick, John Dudley, who became the new Lord Protector. Dudley's rise to power saw a shift in policy. He worked to stabilize the economy and continued modernizing the Church of England. Despite the political maneuverings of those around him, Edward remained an active participant in his governance. But Edward's reign was short-lived. His health began to deteriorate in 1553, and it became apparent that the young king would not live to adulthood. Facing his mortality, Edward was determined to ensure that England remained Protestant. He devised a device for the succession, bypassing his Catholic half-sister Mary in favor of his Protestant cousin, Lady Jane Grey. This decision was driven by his fear of religious regression under Mary's potential reign. Edward VI died on July 6, 1553, at the age of 15, likely from tuberculosis. His death sparked a brief succession crisis, leading to Lady Jane Grey's 9-day rule before Mary Tudor claimed the throne. Edward's efforts to secure a Protestant legacy were in vain, for Mary swiftly restored Catholicism during her reign. Yet, Edward VI's reign, though brief, marked a critical period in England's religious evolution, cementing the direction that Elizabeth I would later champion and solidify. Edward VI's story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of youth and power. It encapsulates a defining moment in England's religious and political history, set against the dramatic backdrop of the Tudor dynasty. Though Edward ruled for only 6 years, his influence helped shape the Protestant foundations of England, leaving an indelible mark that transcends his short-lived life. His tale is a testament to the complexities and challenges of leadership at any age, especially for a boy king navigating the turbulent waters of 16th-century England.